In this video, I'm going to describe how to do the reader response blogs. First, you and your group are going to talk about the target book. And to get figure out who's in your group and what books you're going to read, you would download this list, which I just happen to have right here. And there are 8 different categories of books you will read. Your group will select the first book, the Touchstone book, that comes from the inside covers of our textbook in here. So that's the first one due. So you'll discuss that book through WebEx or some other online group discussion board. And then each group is assigned particular books based on the different categories. So if you're Group A, you will read Finding Winnie, which is a Caldecott winner. You will read A Long Walk to Water, Soldier Bear, The Giver, etc. All right, and to find out who's in your group, if you're not familiar with using the group tool in Blackboard, I've listed groups assigned here. So once your group has discussed the book, you are going to create a blog, and this document comes from here. And I put it in a document rather than putting it right on Blackboard because there was formatting questions that Blackboard didn't do right, so I just made it a Word doc. Okay, so you're going to be keeping sort of a response journal, professional blog, so you can choose the blog. There are a lot of free blogging tools. 2 most common are WordPress and Blogger. And make sure it's available to the public, and you're going to post the link to that here in the Reader's Response blogs. All I want is your link, and then you will do all of your blogs in your one same blog. So for the first week, it'll be the Touchstone book. So you can start by stating Touchstone book, then Part 1, the bibliographic information in APA format, which includes the author's last name, author's initial, the year of publication, the title of the book in italics, the city it was published, and then the publisher. So remember, with APA format, we only capitalize the beginning word or the beginning word after a colon or any proper nouns. Other than that, the rest of the words are small. Okay. Also note that if it goes into 2 lines, the first line would be flush left. The second line has what they call the hanging indent. It's tabbed. So that's Part A. Part B, describe the genre and suggested age, grade level, or Lexile range. Ideally, all 3 would be even better. So the second part of the book is sort of a personal response. What did you think about it? How did you connect with it? What issues were raised? What might you use as a prompt if you were reading it with kids? So just kind of respond to the book and reflect on how it was for you. Part 3, critique the book based on some of the components we're talking about in class. You could talk about the illustrations if there are any. You could talk about the language use. Does it seem of a quality writing that you think is grabbing and interesting for children, etc. So you're critiquing it, it's not just a response. And finally, the lesson sketch, where you will discuss, create an objective, come up with 2 to 3 questions based on the book and some kind of standards-based lesson activity. And please include the standard that goes with that. And at least 3 links to websites, resources, lesson ideas. And that could be ideas related to the book. It could be information on the author, resources where they could find out more information on the topic, etc. For example, the 2 books that I showed you in the APA all deal with the Armenian genocide. So maybe you could find resources, and actually there's an app for kids about learning more about that. So that's what we're looking for with your blog. And then here's a link for just accessing WebEx for discussing the book, and I also have a link to a blog from a former student. Nope, that's not it, just kidding. Down here is a sample blog that'll take you to a student's response to this assignment. There's 2 different blogs, one on the graphic novel and one on an informational text. Just note that this person was not accurate in the APA format. Stonekeeper should actually not be capitalized. And up here, for example, for should not be capitalized, the should not be capitalized, or tree and kangaroo. So just be aware about your APA format. Feel free to contact me if you have questions.